Welcome back to another video, you lovely souls. Today, I want to tell you, my friend, you don't need to be perfect. Make your life easier, my friend, because you don't need to be perfect. Many of us have or do struggle with perfectionism. And it feels like it cheats us from living our life because we can never do anything right. Everything has to be perfect. The perfect hair, the perfect outfit. When you're working, it has to be done a certain way. It got so bad for me in my life. Just writing had to look a certain way, or I would rip it up and tear it over and start all over again, only to find out that I would never even finish. And I always ended back at the beginning. And even with making videos, I struggled with that. What if I said this word? Or what if I said that word? What if I didn't say that right? Oh, I should make this all over again because I might have paused for a second, or I didn't say this clearly. And that is draining and tiring, and it cheats us from enjoying life and allowing ourselves to fuck up, mess up. And a lot of us struggle with this. So I just had to make this video for you guys today. But before I jump into it, I want to say like this. I always believe and know, my friends, that great things are headed your way. All you got to do is believe it. And open up and receive it, baby, okay? Because belief is the most powerful force on the planet. Perfectionism is limiting. It's like living in a box. And it cuts us off from what we are actually capable of doing. Giving, receiving, and becoming. We don't even get to figure that out if we allow perfectionism to always be there. You see, when you try to do something perfect, it raises the bar every time, as I mentioned when I first started this video. If my writing didn't look appropriate to me in a perfect way, then I would start all over again, and then the bar would raise. And when I would start all over again, I still didn't like it. And the bar would raise. And I would do it again, and I still didn't like it. And the bar would raise. Guess what? I never got anything done, with a bunch of waste of energy and a lot of doubting myself and hurting myself. And for a long time in my life, I wasn't able to know what I was capable of. What I was capable of giving and receiving and even becoming, because I tried so hard to be perfect. And I didn't even ever understand that that's what I was doing until I actually had an awakening. I always had to be right because it had something to do with me being, perfectionism. I might have got jealous of other people because of perfectionism. Even compare myself to other people because my life wasn't perfect the way that I thought it should be. And we really, this hurts us because we be thinking we need to be perfect. And I want to tell you today in this lovely video, so stay tuned, that you don't have to be perfect at all. You don't have to be perfect at all. And I'm going to touch some categories for you. Okay? We are not meant to be perfect. Our egos want to be perfect. Our egos want us to live there in that lower nature, in that lower self. That's not who we are meant to be. We are meant to be whole. You are powerful. And you don't need to be perfect to own that. The kind of life that you came here to live, my friends, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be honest and real with yourself about what truly matters to you. And then build that courage up to create the life that you are passionate about. Create the life from that passionate base. Being authentic beats being perfect every time. Just being you. Authentically being you beats being perfect every time. And when you do authentically be you, you'll notice that the perfectionism thoughts will start to appear in your head to try to get you to go back, to try to be perfect, and make you think that being you, authentically you, is wrong. Message. We are not meant to be here. We are meant to be here living and learning and expanding and creating and stumbling over stuff and facing challenges and making mistakes and loving and giving and receiving. This is life. But you see, a lot of us was taught that we needed to be perfect to to live life, to have this perfect love, to do this, to do that, and the other, whatever you was told. I'm here to tell you today, my friend, I'm here to encourage you today that you don't need to be perfect at all. You don't need to be perfect to live this life. You don't need to be perfect to help people. You don't need to be perfect to help other people. All you need is just to know why you want to help people. So you can know your needs, your people, your crowd, and attract those right people to you who actually want that help. You just need to know your why. That deep-seated purpose. That burning desire you feel in your heart to contribute. How do you want to do it? That's all you need to know, my friends. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect to begin, to start right now. You do not need perfect to be perfect. And if you're waiting for the perfect timing, the perfect moment, the perfect computer, the perfect laptop, the perfect pen, paper, pad, whatever perfect thing you're waiting on, you'll never start. You don't need to be perfect to begin. All you got to do is give yourself permission to be a beginner. Give yourself permission today to become a beginner. You see, earth is nothing but learning school, and for me, the fact that we went to all the matrix schools for so long, the fact that having to learn again when I became spiritual upset me. Because I didn't understand why I had to learn so much. And I tried to do spiritual bypass and skip over certain things to try to get ahead, and that destroyed me. And I had to it took a longer process to actually even learn things, because I'd done that trying to find an easier way, because I wanted to be perfect. I was scared of making mistakes. I was scared of learning. I was scared of failing, So you don't need to be perfect to start. Just give yourself the call today to say, hey, you know what? I'm a beginner, and I'm going to step up and start today as a beginner. And allow yourself to make the mistakes so that you can learn. Allow yourself to fail so that you can find the right direction. You don't need to be perfect. Not at all. At all. You don't need to be perfect. And I don't know who said this, but they say, you don't have to be great to start. You just got to start to be great. I don't know who said that quote, but that quote sat with me, because the Most High God put that quote in front of me for a reason at the right time, because of what I'm telling you right now today. I thought everything needed to be perfect. The perfect home, the perfect everything just to get started. And I want to say that quote again because I like it, and it was so beneficial to me, and it still is. You don't need to be great to get started. You just need a start to become great. And that was a big motivation for me. So no, you don't need to be perfect to begin. Give yourself a chance. Tell yourself today, I'm a beginner, and I'm going to start today as a beginner, which means I'm open up to learning. You don't need to be perfect to be excellent. Excellent happens when you do your best over and over again, persistent, consistent, over and over again. Then you'll find excellence. It has nothing to do with being perfect. You don't need to be perfect to appreciate you. You are valuable just being you. I want to say that again. You don't need to be perfect to appreciate you. You are valuable, my friend, just by being who you are. By truly being your true, authentic self. Just being you. Love your strengths and your weaknesses, my friends. It's life. Know your weaknesses. So whenever you are, let's say your weaknesses is spending money. When you go into the grocery store, you know these weaknesses. You're aware of it. So you're on point, extra on point. We always on point and sharp, but you extra on point because you know you weak there. Even though you worked on it and healed it, that might be a part of what where you're weak at. And we all got strengths and we all got weaknesses, and they all different. So wherever your weaknesses is, know them so you be on point. You feel me? Whenever you are coming in contact with your weaknesses or in a space where you know you weak at, so that you could definitely be there, standing right there, very conscious, very present, very alert, so you can move through it the best that you can. Life comes with strengths and weaknesses. Not everybody's just strong all the time. We got strengths and weaknesses. It's a lot of balance out here. Just like all dark ain't bad. You feel me? Dark and light is duality, baby. So Love yourself. Appreciate you because you are valuable just by being you. And remember that and take that with you as you become successful, baby. Because it's easy for perfectionism to try to slip up, try to stop you, try to creep in to make when you try new things and stuff to make you think that you got to do it perfect. So always remember, and when you're adding value to the world or whatever, because that's what you came to, you're a person of value. So whatever you do will be adding value to the world. But I always want you to remember, my friend, that you are valuable just by being you. Okay, that is powerful. You don't need to be perfect to love and be loved. Love is not perfect. Love has its ups and downs, but when you got the right person, you got two people who working together, it's a beautiful thing. And you don't need to be perfect. When I found my soulmate, neither one of us was perfect at all. In fact, we were actually effed up, and we both needed each other at the right time that God put us together to start working on each other. We was the opposites, which helped us work on each other. So you don't need to be perfect to be loved or to have love. You don't have to be perfect to be loved and to love either. You don't have to be perfect. That has nothing to do with perfectionism. Just love yourself and love will find you. When you love yourself so much, you will attract love into your life. The people you love, the things you love will come to you, baby. You're magnetic AF. You don't need to be perfect to be loved or to love. Just know, my friends, that you are loving and lovable. If you struggle with loving yourself and you working on that, because loving yourself is more than just saying I love myself. You got to work on it. And if that's something that you are working on and it's a struggle for you, just keep doing it with persistency and consistency. It will come together beautifully. I'm telling you, I didn't always love myself. And one thing I want to give you is an affirmation. I am loving and lovable, because in order to find love, as I mentioned, or attract love into your life, you must know that you are lovable. And you may experience some things in your life that made you feel like you wasn't lovable. Maybe you got hurt a lot. Whatever it is, you might not think that you were lovable. Or maybe you were a child, you didn't even feel love, so you might not think that you're lovable. So I want you to take this affirmation, whoever you are. I am loving and lovable, and say that to yourself every day, and continue working on yourself and loving yourself and self-care to yourself and putting you first, and learn how to love you. And you don't need to be perfect to take a break, to relax. Just slow down, baby. Keep things simple. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect to be resilient. You can handle whatever life brings your way. You don't have to be perfect to handle the things that life may present to you. You just need to know that you can handle anything that life brings your way. Anyone that life brings to you, you can handle it. You don't have to be perfect to be resilient. You don't have to be perfect to be spiritual, which is a trap. A lot of people believe that you got to be perfect to be spiritual. You don't have to be perfect to be spiritual at all. Matter of fact, it's not nothing to do with that. That has nothing to do with it. So you see, through compassion, we learn that all we got to do is be whole and not perfect. Through compassion, it teaches us how to be whole. It has nothing to do with being perfect. You see, you got to watch out for labels, even with the word spiritual, because it can easily make you feel like you can't mess up. You can't do anything wrong. Oh, if I'm leading people, if I'm helping people, then I can't mess up. How am I supposed to mess up if I'm supposed to help people? That's how you learn. And the people that you work with, you'll notice it's a two-way street, real talk. Like, you guys be learning from each other low-key, on the cool. You feel me? You don't need to be perfect. I'm going to say that again. You do not need to be perfect to be spiritual. That is not real. That is a trap. That has nothing to do with it at all. Nothing. That's why I don't really like labels, because labels limit you. You know, I don't have to walk around and say, oh, I'm spiritual. I know who I am. You know what I mean? And it's just a part of me. That's not who I am. This is just a part of me. We all spiritual. It's a part of us. But that's not only who we are. And so you don't need to be perfect to be spiritual. You don't need to be perfect to walk your spiritual journey. You allow yourself room to make mistakes, to fail, so you can learn and grow. Allow yourself to stay open to receive more and more knowledge and gain more and more knowledge and feed your soul knowledge so that you can learn and grow. Allow yourself time to receive understanding and clarity. You don't have to be perfect to be spiritual. Not at all. Not at all. Hey, if somebody say that you do, tell them Miss Kelly Travel Spirit. She said, no, you don't. You don't need to be perfect, my friend. Not at all. You don't need to be perfect to be successful. Success has nothing to do with being perfect. And perfectionism likes to come in when you are creating success in your life to point out where you're doing everything wrong, to try to get you to go redo every dang thing that you do so that you'll never get things done. You don't have to be perfect to be successful. You don't have to have a perfect life. You don't have to have all the knowledge in the world. You don't have to have none of that to become successful. It has nothing to do with it. Just stay consistent and present and feeling alive, baby. You don't need to be perfect. That's real talk. Feel alive, baby. For a long time, we was just merely existing here on this planet. Of this planet, right? We of this planet glitch. Hey. You don't need to be perfect, baby. Just keep feeling alive. You don't need to be perfect to feel like life is perfect. Life will never, I'm not going to say, actually, life is perfect as it is. Your life is perfect as it is right now. You don't need to be perfect to feel like life is perfect. It's already perfect because you are here right now in the perfect moment watching this amazing video that's not perfect at all. I'm just letting you know that you don't need to be perfect, my friend, because it's something that we all struggle with or have struggled with or continue to struggle with. Life is a gift. It's a miracle. Even through the messy and unclear times in life, it is a blessing and a miracle and to be here. So life itself is perfect because everything that's happening is designed. It's happening in divine timing. And you're exactly where you're supposed to be. There are no coincidences. Everything is happening the way that it's supposed to be. So life is perfect. And it's a blessing to be a part of it. It's a miracle to be here. It's a gift. So you don't need to be perfect. Just live and feel alive. We here. And we here to see another day. So enjoy every moment that comes your way. And when you get through moments that don't feel very uplifting and they're challenging and maybe sometimes they feel a bit cloudy for a moment, that's okay. You don't have to be perfect. It's okay. Life be like that sometimes. Just let that moment pass. But when it's time to celebrate you, to enjoy the moment that comes near you, don't let that moment pass you by. Enjoy that moment. Move with that energy no matter what. And enjoy every moment that comes your way. Real talk. Because, you ever notice, you feel this moment, man, I feel like celebrating. I feel like, whatever you feel, it's just this amazing moment. You feeling it. It's in that moment, it's the only time you feel it. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to postpone it till tomorrow. You postpone it till tomorrow, and you don't even feel that same feeling. Enjoy those moments. Enjoy life. You don't need to be perfect to enjoy life, my friends. And you don't need to be perfect to own your own light. All you got to do is be authentic. And I want to tell you this. You don't need to be perfect to shine your light, to shine bright, to own your light. Think of a flower. A flower takes time to grow. It takes time to go through the seasons, the water, you plant it. It takes time as seasons pass through. Rain get on it. You see what I'm saying? Sun get on, hit it. And after time, it blossoms to a beautiful flower just like you. You don't need to be perfect, my friends. I hope this video reaches deeply to you, speaking to your soul, because you do not need to be perfect. You are great and amazing and phenomenal just the way that you are. Share this video with anyone you want to share this video with and hit that like button if you like this video and if it resonates with you. It helps get the video out to more lovely souls like yourself. And I greatly appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And share this video. And if you watching my videos finding messages here, consider tapping into the full awareness, love, and light that I share here with you guys each and every day on my channel by hitting that subscribe button and that bell, baby, so you can join the Pure Clarity Mindset family. Because on this channel, we getting our mind right, baby. Real talk. You don't need to be perfect. All you got to do is be you. And you are valuable just the way you are. And I appreciate you for sharing your valuable time here with me today. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. And thank you all for such a lovely community that we share here with others. It's a beautiful thing. And none of us are perfect. We're just being ourselves. And I love you guys and I appreciate you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Come back to see me. Miss Kelly Travels Bridge. She's checking out. Peace, love, and light, baby. You don't need to be perfect.